Hello to all my friends out there. Hi, you guys. Well, I'm back. So yesterday I was in misery because I banged my rib. I couldn't breathe in or out. I was in misery. And so last night I couldn't sleep on either side, and I couldn't sleep very comfortably on my back. And I was still awake about 10:45 in the morning. And before I had gone to bed, I had decided, okay, I'm just going to be miserable for some period of time. And so I fell asleep, and when I woke up, it was gone. And this has happened to me so many times. So fortunately, I revived, and so I thought I will go to the thrift store and I will try to buy some stuff for Halloween. You know, I don't want to let anything disrupt my holidays. So I asked the AI for ideas for the holidays, and for Christmas it suggested lanterns. So I bought this one, and I go, yeah, this is pretty cute. And then, so like, I was still messed up, and I thought, that's too bad. You have to do what you have to do, messed up or not. And so I got these two, and it occurred to me after I bought these that these would be good for Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. And so these had a bunch of dusty potpourri. So I just dusted them off, and they look pretty good now. And I will do a window. What I want to do is move all my plants inside because they're doing poorly. And then I bought this red one. So this is cute. So and they were pretty cheap too. The red one was $3.99. The brown ones, I guess because of all the lovely potpourri, it is pretty decent, were $7.99, and this one was $3.99. So I'm pretty much set up. I'm giving the pumpkins to my granddaughter. So I didn't pour the tea into the teapot. I made some peppermint tea. Walmart peppermint tea is pretty good. I like it. I mentioned to you guys that I love to find Asian stuff. That goes for Christmas too. So life is good. So what this video is about is like when we adjust to living cheaper and better now, then we're going to live cheaper and better in the future. And so I was looking around at the food pantries trying to get ideas for the food storage, and I'll tell you what I saw, and then I'll tell you what I thought. Okay, what is going to happen if the grid goes down? It is either going to be okay or awful. Prepare. So we're going to think about the solution. No water. You're going to lose your frozen food, or, you know, you'll probably eat it all. If you don't have canning jars, and there's no canned food because of supply chain disruptions. Now, there was a prophecy, and it was by Whitfield Harrington, and he said, stockpile canning jars. So I did it for a while, and then I thought, I don't want a can. That was not smart, you guys. So what I found was this list of what the food banks need. They need canned meat, tuna, ham, and chicken. They need canned soup, canned or dried fruits, canned vegetables, rice, cereal, peanut butter and jelly, powdered milk, packages of nuts and seeds, pasta sauce, tomatoes, or tomato sauce. Okay, this is what they need. I have been to that food pantry. That doesn't mean that's what you're going to get. So we want to stockpile this stuff for ourselves. Okay, they gave us lunch meat. They gave us some cheese. they gave us like a small amount of meat. So now back to the canned meat, tuna, ham, or chicken. Okay, it's very little meat in a can of tuna, about 5 ounces. You can survive on it though, but it is so much better if you start canning your meat now. I forced myself to do it. I was resistant and I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to pressure can, but I learned how to water bath can, and I put the recipe for you guys on X. And so now what I discovered is that a 1 pound, not even a pound and a quarter of beef is going to cost you $10. But what I did is I canned one pint of brisket, and I learned this from the carnivore channel. A lot of people who resort, I don't think that's a good idea in my case, because one of the things that happened to me just before I hurt my rib was I had hives. Still don't know what caused it, but when you go from, so this beef stew I made was nothing but half of a can of it's probably going to end up to be 3 servings because I already had one. So I'm going to zap this. If I was real hungry, I can eat a lot. So yesterday I had 2 hamburgers and 2 eggs. So, okay, thinking about canned meat that you're probably not going to get much. It's so much better to buy your meat marked down, and if you can, maybe get brisket, because brisket was very easy to can and it was very successfully canned too. The worst thing about it is you have to boil it on high for 3 hours, but that is a small price to pay. Let me give you this list, so in case you need to fill in your stockpile, do so now. I've been to 2 pantries that I came home with nothing. Okay, now a can of soup is not as cheap as it used to be. Ooh, this looks good. Okay, so you know what's in your food. You buy your 20-pound piece of biscuit, half price for $10, and I made 3 cans of brisket, which was enough for 3 meals. So out of one $10 brisket, I made 6 meals for 1 person. Okay, so now so I was going to mention to you guys, when I finally went to sleep so sick and I woke up, I mean, I could not breathe. If any of you have ever broken a rib, and I woke up and it was gone, that's not the first time that's happened to me. I've told you guys several stories. Okay, here's my beef stew. And then since I'm going to be canning more meat, I would start with, I bought horseradish, the good stuff. Because if you have horseradish, and it's going to really increase your enjoyment of your beef. $2.99. I bought the good stuff. Then I wanted to mention this. So I have my horseradish. So I'm being cheap. You don't want to scrimp on good food right now in case something hideous happens in the future. I work with people. That's one thing that motivated me to do this channel. I work for a girl who left the old food in the refrigerator and her kids ate it and got food poisoning. That was bad. that goes back to a boyfriend. No. No. You have your beef stew, and then you get into the habit of making bread. I'm going to give you the recipe. Once you learn how to do this, it's so easy. And what I'm looking for is heavy cream. When it's marked down, I will buy a lot and I will bring it home and I will make butter. I will just put it in my freezer. I will just blend it in the blender until it separates into butter and milk. And then, okay, and here is the cooked fruit strawberry that I made the other day. So, why have a heart attack about fruit? Just mix them. I bought this fruit. I was there today looking around, and I bought this fruit for $1. It was an $8 package of, I made mine a little bit looser. You can make it, just don't put so much water in or cook it down. So, okay, I can that. It's easy to do. So it's also an now this tastes good with tea. This tastes good with peanut butter. And then if you buy I'm looking for nuts on sale. So, you know, can your own meat. I buy tuna by the case. I don't bother, I'm not stockpiling ham and chicken. Chicken today they had, try to get the chicken with no bones. I mean, if you're gonna boil it for 3 hours, no bones and no skin. But the chicken wings were good, but they didn't yield half as much meat. So you get a solid pound of meat. So for one person, you only need about 2¼ pounds per week. And then canned soup, I find the Ralph's to be really good. Canned or dried fruit. I'm going to be canning fruit. So what I do is I go to the Ralph's where they reduce the fruit, and if they have anything that I like the looks of, also you want to get onions. So when you can your meat, you can put onions in your beef or your chicken, and then you have a half can of vegetables, or if there's just one of you, can a pint. If there's more than one of you, can a quart. Rice. Now, all the Asians I knew would store 20 pounds. Cereal, I store oatmeal, powder milk, we covered that, large packages of nuts and seeds. My idea was maybe to grind the seeds and put it on the oatmeal, but I would just go for high quality nuts when you finances, and then pasta and pasta sauce. Okay, now what I did today was drastically mark down food. Oh, here's the cinnamon peppermint herbal tea. Okay, so I bought, so you might be thinking, why bother? This makes all the difference if you don't have too much money. I bought these 2 pumpkin spice muffins at Ralph's for 49 cents only. They said that the regular price is $1, but I think that's kind of low. And then what I'll do is just add milk. I will make the sour cream filling, and all it is 8 ounce sour cream, 1/3 cup sugar, 1 large egg, and 1½ teaspoons of vanilla. And then you just put 2 tablespoons in the middle of your pumpkin pie stuffing mix, and then you make tea and you eat your muffins for 49 cents. And if you don't have milk, just use 1 cup water, warm water, And then you have stockpiled your coffee creamer, and you can use that in cooking if you want. I always used to say 1/3 cup for cream. It's 1/3 cup coffee creamer and 1 cup milk. But for just milk, try a tablespoon, and then if you need more, add another tablespoon. So on these, it says add milk. Today I was getting extra packages of ketchup. I went to McDonald's. So if every day you pick up a couple of these, the day will come and I will make the pumpkin spice muffins. And then I bought 2 of these spaghetti sauces because when we had the supply chain strike, they mentioned possible pasta shortages, and this is a good brand for $1.26, and I could make pizzas out of this. So I bought these 2 for $1.26. So this was quite a, I usually buy 1 or 2 when I'm buying it just because it's drastically marked down. And so when you get into the habit of canning, there's always going to be drastically marked down perishable food like heavy cream. And so if you think about this, if this was $1, it was buy one get one free. These were $3 and you got 2 for less than the price of 1. Okay, and then I went to the thrift store and I was in such horrible shape. Sorry if anybody saw me, but what I wanted to do, I mentioned to you guys, I'm starting a bookstore online. So I got this nice Betty Crocker. I've had good luck with Betty Crocker coupons, and this thing is like new, and I got it for $1.99. So that is a great. I like to buy it for $1. But if I buy something for $1.99, I just add $1 to the price. And then I got this really nice cookbook, chicken, hamburger, and pasta. And I mentioned to you guys that the best meal plan I have ever found is the Scientology meal plan. Dinner is chicken, baked or grilled, occasionally beef or fish, pasta and rice. So and that is storable. This is crazy. I've been dreaming of L. Ron Hubbard. And whenever I dream of him, he's on a vessel. He's not on dry land. But he's made a lot of contributions, probably in ways a lot of religions do. I mean, they all have good points. And then here is the dinner. I would stay to the Christian religion myself because life is this is the way I've lived my entire life. And it's so much easier, in my opinion, my esteemed opinion. All right, let me give you the bread. Now on the bread, you mix the water and the sugar, and I heat it in the microwave. I take it out until it's like a warm bath. I put the yeast in, I let it rise. Then in another large bowl, I add the dry ingredients, which is only sugar and salt. And I wanted to show you this for stockpiling. You guys, so good. Flour, sugar, butter, can be margarine or shortening, yeast, and salt. That is it. So this is a good, if you're new to stockpiling, this is a good place to start and start making your own bread. Mix the dry ingredients, make a well, put your wet ingredients, and then after the yeast activates, and then just start mixing it together. I mix it with a spoon, and when it comes together, then I just put some flour, and I just bend it around and knead it, and then I make a loaf, and I just rise it one time. This is a really old recipe, and I got this recipe when I was researching this wheat grinder I bought. So I bought a few things, but the main thing is just to make sure that you're always eating decent quality of food that's going to protect you now, and it's going to protect you in the future. So you get used to living this way, you're not going to run out of food. So back to this cookbook, chicken, hamburger, and pasta. So I opened up the first 2 pages of this thing, and the first one is chicken and biscuits. And so hopefully you can some chicken. You guys saw how fast I made the beef stew. And then the second recipe was home-style chicken pie. So this is full of good, easy recipes. This is actually a pretty expensive cookbook. Now I paid, I think, $3 for that. So I bought this for myself, but if I was going to sell this, I wouldn't want to buy this because I only want to pay $1, around $1, maybe $2 at the most. And I mentioned to you that there's not that many books. I think vendors are buying them. So if you buy these nice new books, you can always take them to a swap meet, although I don't like to do that because they get dirty. I sell on eBay. They don't sell really quick. Okay, so here's my plants. And you see how pitifully they're doing? Although I will say my rose plants were only this big when I first bought them, but all the plants are coming inside. And I am going to be growing an indoor garden. Lettuce, romaine, so you just cut the bottom part and you put it in water and it will grow up. Peppers, that's a pepper plant. Chives, cherry tomatoes. I'm bringing my cherry tomatoes in. Radishes, green onions. You just put the end with the roots in water, and I grew tons of those. I have a mint plant also in my backyard, and herbs. But you can also grow indoors lemon, limes, dwarf bananas, orange, and orange trees. So I'm thinking about that. Okay, so I'm moving all the plants in, and I'm trying to get more plants in like a habitat home, like a feng shui, not like a minimalist, because I don't want to get rid of my eBay stuff. But the main point of this video is right now learn how to can. And what is they deny there's gonna be an aluminum can shortage. Okay, I think they mentioned that as a possible disaster if the supply chain they went on strike. But what happens is they're just catastrophic storms. We just saw those. Yesterday I read to you the account by Joseph Smith. When the prophecies are legitimate, they're usually timeless. They're good this year and 200 years, and the crops wouldn't grow. And I mean, don't stay up nights, but why not buy like a few cases of cans while they're $10? So the point is, if something happens, think about China. If I lived in China, I would not rely on any food rather than canned and my own cans, because I know it's in them and nothing's going to destroy them. So you get locked down in your house because everybody's dying of a plague of some sort, and you're going to have food in there. So, and also if you're relying on social services, this would be a good day at a food bank, a real good day. Some of them are pretty legitimate. Most of them, you get what they have, which could work out if you have food, but a lot of people don't. My friend, the one I took to the food pantry, I wanted to scream, you know, being raised a Mormon. She opened the refrigerator and there was no food in there. Nothing, nothing, not even an ice cube. So, my followers and I, if you're new to the channel, welcome. But we've been at this ever since my followers have sent me some pretty impressive. That was a pretty impressive pantry, Audrey. But they've sent me pictures of their pantries, and they're awesome. So just keep working on it a little bit at a time. Like 2 boxes of Dollar Tree tea is really going to help. You know, some jam and some bread and some tea. And then, you know, start, even if you're on food stamps, if you buy your food marked down, find the places, go to grocery outlet. A lot of people go to Pick and Save. One of the best places are these food markets. So, you know, like produce market things. Okay, you guys, I will see you tomorrow. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And God bless you all. Bye, you guys.